Would you like to work closer to home, save money on gas, and be rewarded for your hard work and attendance? Then Bellisio Foods is looking for you. That's right, Bellisio Foods is now hiring for multiple positions and shifts with great employee benefits, an on-site health clinic, competitive wages, and advancement opportunities. Bellisio Foods is a company that truly values their employees. Apply online at BellisioFoods.com/careers.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Vinton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Thursday edition of the morning show right here on Main Street TV. And of course, Jennifer, you're here to start off your morning. We have a ton of guests, some of them in the house, some of them not, but we're super excited nonetheless to have them all here. Our good friend, Diana Yates, is here from the Humane Society of Jackson County, and we're going to do some good this morning. We're going to make somebody's day. Diana, welcome. Could you tell us a little bit about what we're doing this morning? And then we'll ask you some of the things that the Humane Society needs as well.
All right. Each year we do a basket raffle and a Henry rifle raffle. That's easy
We've
to
been
say.
laughing about that all morning. Rifle raffle.
And this is our biggest fundraisers for the year. 100% of the monies raised goes to help the animals. And we had the gift basket we have has almost $900 worth of items in it. It has like $350 worth of gift cards, jewelry, a blowgun, garden cart. There's candles. There's a high estate purse, a Michael Kors purse. There's a little bit of everything in there. A lady that won the year before last said that she divvied the basket up and used it to give us Christmas gifts.
Oh, brilliant.
So, yeah.
Yeah, very good. And you guys have been doing this for how many years now? And it is a wonderful fundraiser for you, but it also helps, obviously, the animals of our area.
Probably
and that's the whole point.
6 to 7 years we've been doing it. Then we always raffle off the Henry rifle. We started off the first couple of years with a 44. Last couple of years we've had a 45-70, which seems to be more popular, but they're hard to get.
They are. You were saying you looked for months to find this rifle.
Yes. And
for the raffle.
That's the first place of that drawing. Second place is a custom-made knife by Michael O. Mccurley from Wilmington. He's a very good knife maker. His son was killed in Iraq. They were on a chopper headed back to the base to fly home the next day, and 7 of them were shot down. And he got involved with Wounded Warriors, and he donates knives to them to raise money.
Okay.
So I got hooked up with him at a gun collector show, and then anymore, I just call him, say, Mike, I need a knife, and he picks one out and ships it to us.
That's awesome. So we're going to be giving that away here in just a minute. But before we do that, could you talk about the Humane Society a little bit? What have you all been up to? What can we do to help you and our furry friends in our community?
When we have fundraisers, especially like the Apple Festival, we always have like the rifle raffles. We do homemade peanut butter dog treats, sell bandanas. If everyone would just walk by and drop $1 in the donation jar, it would help us greatly. There are months that we spend $3,000 to $5,000 at local vets to help injured strays or help people that need assistance with their vet bills.
Yes.
And without that or fundraisers, we couldn't do it.
And I mean, you all are completely volunteer.
Yes.
You are not funded
It's getting
by
smaller and smaller.
Yes, and you're not funded by anybody.
There's 3 of us right now.
3 Humane Society members.
And we're not young chicks.
Yes, you are.
I mean, anyone that would like to help, we would appreciate it. But it's all about the animals. We deal with animal cruelty. We sponsor the Rascal Spay and Neuter clinics from April through November. We do 2 clinics a month.
Yes.
We are having a problem this year. Did some last year, but more so this year. People pay like a $40 deposit ahead of time, but the day of the clinics, people aren't showing up. And that takes a space that someone else could have used. We have over 100 people on a waiting list. And it also, we have to pay Rascal a minimum to come. If we do not meet that minimum, we have to pay that out of our funds.
Sure. And the whole point of this, the Rascal unit, is obviously for spay neuter, to protect our furry friends and to make sure that they're not obviously doing things that furry friends do to reproduce all over the place. And it's very important that it's done and that you show up for your appointments. I can't believe someone wouldn't do that, because the Rascal unit is very affordable.
Yes, it is. Female cat is $70, a male cat's $60.
And you would pay much more than that at a veterinarian. Not knocking them, but that's what Rascal does. It's low cost spay and neuter, but very professional at the same time.
And we have a clinic this Friday, and then November 4th is our last one for the year, and we'll start back up in April.
Okay. All right. And so if you're interested in that, contact the Humane Society as well. Find out the details about that. Do y'all have a Facebook page or anything that people can...
We have a Humane Society of Jackson County Facebook page.
Okay, so you can kind of keep up.
Yes, we do post our fundraisers on there and different things.
And here's the deal, too. If you want to just give some good old-fashioned money to the Humane Society, they would greatly appreciate it. And it doesn't get any easier than P.O. Box 1. P.O. Box 1 in Jackson. Yep. Write your checks. Yep. Send some cash. We don't care.
We are volunteers. We get nothing. Plus, we spend a lot of money out of our pockets at times to help.
So, maybe a dog or a kitty is found injured or hit by a car or whatever. People call these guys and they have to pay a veterinarian to take care of this animal. And that comes out of, and that can get costly quickly.
Yes, very quickly.
So if you would, we would really appreciate it. We were going to talk about this later on, but I was telling you that we're going to do a fundraiser at the brewery in November. And we'll tell you more about that for our furry friends here in the community. We brewed a beer. Many of you know our sweet Marley. She's kind of infamous around here. And so our sweet Marley, our dog, and some of her buddies got together and they wanted to help their friends that need help. So we did a beer, and we're going to give some proceeds to you guys. So
thank you.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
So everybody get in and drink. It's a raspberry wheat too. Everyone will love it. I promise. It's very, very good. All right. So let's get to it. And then we have some of our friends from the Lions Club too, and they're going to be talking about some great things. But so stay tuned for that. But we're going to make somebody's day. All right. So this is for what, Diana?
This is for the $900 gift basket.
Okay. So these are the tickets. And if Jen doesn't mess it up, somebody's going to win. And you all are witnesses. I'm not looking, right?
Okay.
Okay. Is it down there? Okay. I'm not looking. I'm going to draw out. Is that one? I think that's one. Okay. There you go.
Okay. The gift basket is Austin's. I believe that might be Candy Austin from Jackson.
Nice.
She's a big supporter of the pound and us.
Cool.
That's great.
Very, very good.
Great.
All right. So we need to, keep that. Who was that again? The good news is she does this here on TV so she can go back and remember who it was that won what. So this one, is this going to be for the rifle?
The first ticket drawn will be for the rifle.
Okay.
The second ticket drawn will be for the custom made knife.
Y'all can send me money later if I pick your name.
You can stir them around.
Okay. I'm stirring. You can see I'm stirring. Okay, so here we go. I am going to go with this one. I'm not looking.
Ryan Gillette from Lucasville.
Nice.
That's good. Great. They'll be happy.
Yes.
I call them when I get out in the parking lot. And we had one year, I left here and I called the guy, was an over-the-road truck driver. And he said, I just bought a ticket to support you. He said, I don't want the rifle. He said, keep it and redo it next year. And we did that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was nice.
That was very cool.
That's great. Good.
Okay.
We'll make these
Super
two
good.
people happy.
Yes, we will.
All right. We appreciate everything you guys do for us, Jennifer.
Yep.
You've been a big supporter
Well,
for
of
many,
course.
many years.
Of course. Do you want to do the knife?
Oh, I almost forgot. Good thing she keeps me on her toes.
I do
forgot.
support. I
was
love.
excited about the
I
rifle.
know. Me too. Okay. So this is for the knife. And you know, Diana, listen, you know, these animals out there don't ask. They need us. They don't ask to be, they're put in situations that they don't ask to be put in. So we need to help them, and that's what happens. So, all right, let's
Okay,
do it.
This person is from South Webster. We've never had a South Webster,
Oh.
so that's good.
Yes.
Chris Hooper.
Okay.
Hooper. Yeah, Hooper.
Chris, congratulations.
That's great.
Yes.
And the custom-made knife is beautiful. He does very good work.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Very cool.
I
And if nothing else, it can just be a pretty
decoration.
decoration.
That's
in
what
your-
most
in your
people
house.
say they do with a rifle. They
I'm
don't.
not using that.
Yeah,
Are you kidding
right.
me? It's too
Right.
pretty.
It is. It is.
But well, very good. Well, Diana, thank you for coming in. Is there anything else that we can tell people about? You have anything coming up?
We do. I can't remember the date. I don't know whether it's November 18th. It's on our Facebook. It will be on our Facebook page by the end of this week. Next month, we're doing Christmas pet portraits
Oh, cool.
at Tractor Supply. We've done that for years.
Those
They've
are
been really.
great.
And David Brown, he's with Faces of Rescue out of Circleville. He's a fantastic person.
He's amazing.
He's great with animals, and it's a $20 donation. You can bring your family and get your pictures taken, your pets. We had somebody bring 6 pet rats one time, get their pictures taken. It was fun. They were good.
Well, I was kidding one year and said, "Can I bring my donkey?" And you were like, "Sure."
He doesn't care. He's had snakes. he's had goldfish. You name it. Everything.
Hey, pets are pets,
Yes,
right? It
yep.
doesn't have to be a dog or
Yep,
a cat or whatever. It can
Right.
be whatever.
We enjoy it because you never know. And he has a following. I mean, when he comes, there will be people from Circleville come, Portsmouth, and they always do.
Love that.
We
And-
have limited spots, but we will post the schedule on our page, and then people can sign up for them.
You know, and the great thing about that, those will be done in time for you to get out for Christmas cards and things
It
like
usually
that.
only takes him about 3 days max to get them to you. They're digital. He sends them to you
Just
in
send
your
them right to you.
email.
Yep.
Yep.
So
That's
it's
good.
it's really a cool thing.
Yep.
There you go, $20. You have your Christmas card
Right.
and your or just a fun family
Mhm.
portrait.
One family comes almost every year, and they always dress up different. One year, they were all costumes from the Grinch.
Oh,
They had T-shirts on. Had different. It's cute.
yes, that's such a good idea.
Yeah.
So there, the sky's the limit.
Yep,
Just
it is.
limited by your creativity.
Okay. Well, thank you,
Well,
Jennifer.
cool. Of course, thank you. Now you get back to your business so that you can take care of all those all those critters.
Alrighty.
Diana,
a
and
lot.
of course, Paws a While Kennel and Grooming as well. 288 Paws if you need any thing for your furry animals done. I don't know. Have you ever groomed a rat?
No.
No, okay.
I would refuse that.
She said no. That's where she draws the line. Come on over, guys.
I had a guy one time who was going out of the country, and he wanted to know if I boarded reptiles. I said,
Oh.
that depends. I said, if it's a lizard or something like that, yes. If
They-
it's snakes, no. He had 6 snakes.
He-
I said, you have to feed them live? Yes. I said, no.
Oh, she said that she had a guy that asked if she would board his pet snakes while he was out of the country, and she had to feed them live animals. She said no. I don't. No, yeah, not for 3 to 4 months. No, I'm sorry, but no. You're cut off. Thank you, Diana. Have a wonderful day, and congratulations on the winners as well. That's a really exciting thing to have happen today. So that makes my day every year when I get to do that. I'm like, yay!
It's cool.
Get to pick winners and all that. So, all right. Well, our good friends from The Jackson Lions Club are here, and you are going to talk about a couple of different fundraisers and things that you have going on. So first off, you look familiar. Weren't you just here?
I believe so.
She has on a different hat today. It was Buckeye Furnace the other day, and now it's the Lions Club. But would you all introduce yourselves? Tell our viewers who you are.
I'm Kathy Garvey. I'm a Jackson Lions Club member.
I'm Don Altoff. I'm also a Jackson Lions member. I'm president this year. And I do want to acknowledge that, yes, Kathy does wear many hats. Even within our organization, she's our current zone chair. So she's doing actually double or triple duty this year.
Well, of course she is, because that's what Kathy does.
Yes.
We were laughing ahead of time. You said you were in her house, and she has all these lines of hats because that's what she does. She takes one hat off, puts on another. That's figuratively, not literally. All right. So you guys, though, have something coming up this weekend that I know our community always looks forward to.
October 14th and 15th is our Jackson Lions Veal sale.
Yes.
It's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. It will be located at the Farmer Sportsman Club booth on Veterans Drive.
Yes, which is so cool. And thanks to the Farmer Sportsman for being so generous to other organizations as well with their
Absolutely, because without them, none of this would be possible. So,
Sure.
Yeah, a huge thank you goes out to them.
Yeah. And how long have you all been doing this veal sale, and how did it come to be? Do you know?
Oh my. Way before I became a member. Because then it was veal and fish.
Yes.
At the Apple Festival.
Yes.
So there for the longest time, for years, I can't remember exactly when it came about.
A few years ago.
I do remember seeing photos of like Phil Zito in the booth working, along with others that was there years before I had become a member. So it's been a long time.
A long time. And it's important because, Dawn, could you talk a little bit about the Lions Club in general, why it's important to support what you all are doing?
Yes. All of our funds essentially that we raise, we're obligated to basically turn those around and put them back into the community. That can be the Jackson community, or it could be the international community. But most of our funds from the Jackson Lions Club do actually get back to the community. So things that we help with, from eye exams to pre-screening for young children. We also help with the diabetes research statewide. We also help with eye research. So all these projects basically end up helping locally. And as Kathy will share here, I'm sure in a little bit, you'll get into, again, even helping with things like the community care closet. That's been a big effort of ours. So all of our funds that we do raise, we do end up, probably 80-90% of it actually does go back into our community.
Good.
The rest would go internationally.
Yeah. But the Lions Club would be a service organization, as kind of same as Rotary or Kiwanis or whatever. And everybody has their own causes. And that's important because, you have a focus. Right. And I think the Lions, I can always remember the eye care being one of them. But one of the things that has happened recently that I think is so important, and you just touched on that, is eye exams for our kids, because kids can't learn if they can't see, and they can't if they can't read, or they can't see the chalkboard, or I guess is it a dry erase board now? Dylan, is it a dry erase board or a chalkboard at school?
We have smart boards.
I don't think they have dry erase.
Jeez, God Almighty, I'm so old. You have what's a smart board?
It's like they go on their computer and they just pull up what they want us to see.
So there's no writing.
Pens. Well, they still write, but they write on like Google Notes and stuff.
Anyway, if they can't see the smart board up on the wall, shut up.
Hey, I think we feel old too. They have those now.
Okay, James said they didn't have those as well.
I'm much older than you, if it makes you feel any better. I'm familiar with the time when we used to have petroglyphs. And that's how we communicated. So.
Yeah, like Fred Flintstone tablet. Yeah. So anyway, but I've told this story numerous times on the program, like, had a teacher that used to put math problems up on the board, and she would give us quizzes. And I never did very well on them. And finally one day she wrote at the bottom of my quiz, "Do you need glasses?" And I was like, well, that was rude because, but she pulled me after class and she said, "Listen, she's like, I'm having to go in and I'm working the problem that you wrote down, but it's not the problem that was on the board." So she's like, "I'll give you credit for what you did, but that's not." And I was like, so I went home, I told my mom, I was like, "I think I need glasses. I can't see. I'm obviously writing problems down." And I did. I couldn't see a lick, but I didn't know I couldn't see. Right. So I think it's very important for kids to be screened because you don't know you can't see until you can see.
Exactly.
Strangely enough.
Right. And we just had a pre-screening session, and we had, I think, about 60 plus children come through. And there were several. And one of the places they can be referred to, one of our own members, Dr. Rick Billman.
Yes, Dr. Billman.
Can provide those exams. So, yeah, eye research and eye screening and things like that are one of the fundamental things of the Lions Club.
Okay, and so that's wonderful. So we love that about you all. And, this veal sale helps with that. That's kind of the whole point.
Right. To enforce of what he was saying, there was 65 children screened and 17 were referred for further evaluation.
So there's 17 kids that probably need help that would have never known they need help.
Right.
Absolutely.
That's
amazing.
A lot.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And the machine that we use is a Plus Optics vision screening device.
Okay.
And they just look at a smiley face and it's very simple and it takes just seconds to do.
And the good thing about that is it's not intimidating for the kids or scary or anything like that because you don't want them to have a bad experience right off the get-go. Because, eye doctor, they're blowing stuff in your eye and it can get a little terrifying.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like old and I'm still scared.
All ours does is takes a picture of the pupils.
Gotcha.
So
there you go.
Yeah.
Super easy for the kids and I love that about you because that is certainly something that can be life-changing for them. Yeah. All right. So veal sale, let's talk about the actual, the veal sale itself. What can we buy? What can we get? What can we get on our veals?
Okay. With the veal sales, we don't do tomato or lettuce. I'm sorry. But we do have the mustard, ketchup, mayo.
Pickles.
And
pickles.
Yes.
Definitely pickles.
Dude, if I didn't have pickles and mustard with my veal, I would be very distraught. But I can do away with the other stuff. Yeah.
And those are $5. And we will be having pop and water as well. And those are $1. So simple and easy.
So for $6, you can have a meal.
Yep.
And get this veal, support a great cause, and also have a great sandwich.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very good. And the cool thing is, if you go to the Farmer Sportsman this coming weekend, so it's Friday, Saturday, right?
Yes.
You guys can just wrap them up if people, because I think a lot of people get it for the whole family and take it home, right?
Yes.
Are there places to eat there as well if they want to sit? Or I guess you could go to the park.
They could park or back to their vehicle. We don't have any real setup for that.
Okay.
Right.
So, yeah, but you can come get that, take it with you. Y'all wrap it all up real nice and be on your way.
Be ready to go.
Heck yeah, that sounds awesome. All right, so how do you guys eat your veals?
I eat mine with mustard and ketchup.
I've never heard of that before. You rebel.
And sometimes I go without a bun and I rip it apart and dip it.
She is wild.
I'm wicked when it comes to a veal.
What about you?
I basically fold mine in half because I don't want to have to deal with not having a bunch of it covered by the bun. And I put mustard, mayonnaise, and the dill pickle on it and would have it no other way. I'm kind of like you. If I can't get exactly that way, then I'm like, why am I even doing this?
Exactly. So, all right. So you all answered my second question with my first question, which is, how do you eat? So I'm the person that gets the veal and I eat all the way around the bun first, but I make sure that the mustard and the pickle goes all the way out, but it's not necessarily covered by the bun. And then you get to the bun part and you eat that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it amazes me on how many different ways people eat. Veal.
It is. I've never heard of the folding method either. So
Yeah, just
That was the first for me.
double it up. It's like having a double cheeseburger setup. So
I like that. Be a really good texture. Be like right
would.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Although it would be gone twice as fast. That would stink. All right. So Dylan, how do you eat your veal? If he says
I eat
what's a
this-
veal, I'm gonna come over there and smack him.
No, I know what a veal is.
Okay,
I
good.
eat the same way as you actually, but I do no veggies, no sauces, just plain.
Just the veal.
wow.
Yeah, I don't eat veggies at all.
Really? Okay. All right. Well, okay.
Yeah, I
I've
like fruit.
got a follow-up question for Dylan.
Okay.
What is a veal?
It's like I'm not sure exactly, but I know it's a sandwich. It's that.
So you're
And it's
eating
like
it and you
pig-
don't know what it is.
It's pig related, I think. And you just like smash it down really thin. It's a thin sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean, he isn't wrong.
Yeah.
No.
We
It is-
prefer to say pork.
It's pork, not
Yeah.
pig related. I mean,
It's
that
pork.
is true. It's pork.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And it's pounded out flat and then breaded and then fried.
Yeah, and I
Yes.
know they sell them at like the Apple Festival. I've gone there and gotten them before.
Yes, absolutely. So, all right. Well, he wasn't wrong. So we'll
Yeah.
he's an intern. We're learning him.
Hey, got to give time to the young folks. Eventually they come around.
Exactly. All right, James, we didn't hear from you. How do you eat your veal?
So I think the trick is to add a little bit of pepper to it. I think they always need a little bit more seasoning to them.
Oh.
I think adding a little bit more pepper is the trick. But as far as how I eat it, I just go at it.
What do you
I don't-
put
I
on it
don't-
besides pepper?
I like ketchup. I'm not a big mustard fan. I'm not a big pickle fan.
Just
but-
ketchup.
Yeah, well,
pepper.
that pepper's the trick, man. You just need that little bit of extra seasoning. Hey, I'm telling you, you need that little extra bit of pepper.
So do you eat your veal all the way through then?
Yeah,
Like-
just go at it like any other
just-
sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't fold it or eat around the edge or any of that.
You just
go. Just have at it. Yeah.
Okay. So this is why James walks around with ketchup from here to here.
Hey, watch it.
He's trying to be good over there. All right. So, okay. Very good. Farmer Sportsman Booth, could you tell everybody where that is just in case they don't know?
That is on Veterans Drive, sitting right there in the park.
Here in Jackson, Eddie Jones Park, corner of Harding and Veterans Drive. You can't miss it. It's where all the cars will be and the people standing in line.
Yes.
Absolutely.
We hope.
We hope.
We assume that that's what will happen because that's what normally happens. So, and this will be rain or shine because you all have a very nice spot inside to do the cooking.
Yes.
So no problem there. It's covered with trees, so you don't have to worry about anything like that. And the park is beautiful right now.
Yes, it is.
It's a great place. If you have to stand in line, you can just look.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so pretty.
And be it all.
Yes, absolutely. All right. So you all brought in something else too while you're here. Let's talk about that as a fundraiser as well.
Right. Lions each year, president is to come up with a special project.
Oops,
And so
hitting stuff.
as being president this year, decided that we are going to offer a calendar. And
Love
it's a
that.
theme calendar. It's birds and butterflies of Jackson County. All the pictures have been taken in Jackson County. All these species come either through Jackson at some time during the year or actually live here year-round. So, and you might be able to see on your screen there some of the various species. You've probably seen many of these. There's a couple in here that are kind of unusual. But anyway, the calendars are $20 a piece, and the proceeds from this will go to, we're going to split it between the Ohio Lions Research, and we also support college scholarships.
Okay.
So some of the money will also go to that.
You know, and what I love, and I don't know if you can see this up on the screen or not, because I can't see because I'm old, but I need your help. But at the bottom, it says what the bird or the butterfly is, but it also, with the birds, it says like what they eat, whether they live here year round, whether they migrate through. That's really interesting as well.
Right. Wanted to provide some of that because one of the things that, one of the cornerstones of the Lions is consideration for the environment, and part of that is educating people about it. So,
cool.
Yes, you're right. On each bird picture, there is some information about that. And again, many of these species you may have seen, but you don't know necessarily that they're here year round or what they consume.
Yeah.
And we were talking a little bit earlier, is identified as one of the maybe unusual ones that people most likely don't see would be that woodcock, American woodcock.
Yes.
It has a very long beak, so as you look
It
at
is
these pictures,
interesting.
it's the one that stands out the most. But basically uses it to probe the ground for earthworms and other insects that are in the soil.
Gotcha. There he is. Isn't that cool? Now, how big is that bird? It's hard to tell in the picture.
Right. Scale-wise, this species is a little bit bigger than a mourning dove.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
So very, very cool and unique looking critter. And so that's really neat. And this calendar, how do people, number one, if you're buying it, you're helping the Lions Club, but
Right.
where do you buy it and how can you get your hands on it?
Okay.
Be a great gift.
Yeah, we will have them available at the booth Friday and Saturday at our veal sale.
Okay.
You can go to Jackson, Ohio Lions Club at gmail.com, email that address, and put it in order. You can call, my home phone, 740-384-4109, or you can go to our Facebook page and follow the instructions there. But you can put your order in. You don't have to pay for it until you get your calendar, which we're selling them until November 15th.
Okay.
And that gives us enough time to turn around our last ordering of those, and so we'll be able to deliver them easily before Christmas. So you'll have them for the new year.
Well, I'm just going to tell you, I mean, obviously the first of the year is the time when you give a calendar because this is a 2023 calendar. Yeah. So perfect Christmas present, $20. There you go. Nobody would not like this.
I think so. Again, the fact that you could see all these species in the county, I think adds a little bit more to it. And there's a lot more species. So if this goes well, we may do this in the future because there's only about 400 species of birds in Ohio. So we could add a different list next year.
A few every year to be fine. Yeah. We have a few years to go, don't we? Yeah. Very cool. So who gets the pictures? Who takes the pictures?
Well, my day job and now my night job, because I'm basically retired, is wildlife biologist. So I've taken these pictures over the year, many of them out my back door because we have feeders and come to them. So
neat.
Yeah, it's been fun and it's always exciting. And I'm a believer in you shoot first and ask questions later. So we take a picture first and then we figure out what is it that we actually saw.
That's right. Yeah. I love that. You don't have time to think. You just shoot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very good. Well, this is amazing. So Lions Club, a couple of ways that you can support them coming up, obviously this weekend, buying the calendar, be a great Christmas present, and you're helping local people.
Right.
Absolutely.
So very good. Is there anything else you all wanted to let us know about while you're here?
Well, for one, some of the proceeds also go, how it comes back into Jackson is a group of Girl Scouts started what they called, back then it was a foster care closet where we had foster children in our groups. And there was issues with clothing and items, school supplies and stuff like that they didn't have access to.
I see.
So we started that, I think about 7-8 years ago. Well, it has progressed into now called CCC, Community Care Closet.
Okay, love that.
So the Jackson Lions Club helps support that as well.
Great.
What it entails is if we get notified of children that were taken out of the home with no clothing, no shoes, what have you.
And that's a thing. Don't think that it's not a thing.
Well, let me tell you,
Unfortunately.
I realized how serious the issue was the more I got involved.
Yeah. Because we all live in blissful ignorance with our, heads in the sand. And until you actually see it and realize that it truly is a problem.
It is. It is. Absolutely. And like I said, I didn't realize the seriousness of it until, you actually get involved, volunteer.
Yeah.
And then you start going, wow.
I mean,
amazing.
Growing up and being a kid is hard enough.
Yes, it is.
And then having all of this thrown at you too is
exactly. So that being said, I can't just say ladies now because we have a couple of men that have joined in the process of making and stuffing stuffed animals. Each child, let me grab these real quick, gets
yay
a bear.
Love them.
They make 2 different sizes. And what it is a lot of times when these kids are rooted out of their homes or they've lost all their stuff to fire, they need that one certain personal item.
Yes, that they can have with them and feel safe.
Exactly. The Lions Club have started making these homemade bears. Well, I can't say bears either. They're all stuffed animals because we do rabbits, bears, giraffes.
They're very cuddly.
Dogs. And each one of them is tagged with a lion emblem. And the tag says, I am handmade and filled with hugs from the Jackson Lions Club members. Hug me and you will feel a hug back.
I feel a hug.
I was hugging it and they're speaking on the radio and it made me comfortable.
It is so good. It's like little arms do wrap around you.
Yes, yes.
Oh, I love it.
So that is
much.
another thing that the proceeds in any of the fundraisers that we have goes toward. And we do shoes, clothes,
So good.
Outside clothing, underwear, preferably new underwear.
Yeah.
And socks. But we do take slightly used clothing.
Okay.
As well as new.
Well, and we all know that kids outgrow clothing real quick. So
Real
if
quick.
you know, your kid a month later has outgrown its clothes, then that would be a great thing to donate.
Exactly.
So
yep.
Where could someone donate? Where is that?
Okay, everything is located at Faith Ministry Center here in Jackson.
Okay.
They have graciously allowed us to store things and run it through there.
Okay, and where is that exactly?
If you know where Old Gillespie's used to be out there before you turn off to go to Walmart.
Yes.
Okay, it's back behind there.
Okay.
Yes.
Wonderful.
That's where the church is located.
Okay, so you could just show up with stuff and
actually all they need to do is call 740-418-4126 and I can make arrangements to either get it picked up or meet with them.
Okay, very good. Call Kathy. She'll take care of it.
I sure will.
That is so good. And thank you for that as well, because that can be life-changing for a small child. Yep. Y'all are doing such good things. Thank you for what you're doing.
You're quite welcome. And we do our best.
Yeah. Our motto is we serve. And
we serve.
It is very fulfilling to be able to help this and at the same time recognize there's still many needs out there. So
yeah.
We've got our work cut out for us.
You do, but if you didn't, I mean, that would be fantastic, but then we wouldn't need you.
Right.
So we need the Lions Club. And besides that, we wouldn't be able to get great veals if there wasn't a need. So that's a good thing too. So, all right. Veal sale this coming weekend, Friday, Saturdays, Farmer Sportsman. What are the hours?
11 to 7.
Both days?
Yes, both days. 11 in the morning, 7 at evening.
11. So you have plenty of time. You can do lunch, you can do dinner, you can do both.
Right.
You can do dinner or brunch. We don't care. Just get there and buy some veals. And $5 for the veals, $1 for a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't get much better than that.
That's right.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for coming in. We greatly appreciate it. And you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you for having us.
Of course, anytime. And I'll see you like in a week or two.
Probably. I don't know which hat I'll be wearing then.
I'm like, weren't you just here, Kathy? Different hat.
A different hat.
Very good. All right. Well, Dylan, you have the weather up for us, and we'll switch out here. And then we have a really cool video coming up. There you go, guys. Thank you so much. We have a really cool video coming up from kind of a local celebrity here that you'll be hearing from. We look forward to that. But let's go over your local weather forecast because it is a little bit kind of all over the place, and it has changed so much. James, it changed from yesterday when we were looking at it. Can you?
Stormed last night.
That's the understatement of the century. Like, I don't know where that storm came from. Thanks, guys. So here is your weather forecast for as of right now. Today on Thursday, October 13th, looks like partly cloudy skies, highs of 64 down to 39 overnight. So your plants, if they are outside, going to get a little bit of a chill overnight. For tomorrow on Friday, your football Friday night, 66 degrees as the high, lows of 48. Then on Saturday, yesterday, James and I were looking for all the festivities going on Saturday. And yesterday, Saturday had popped some rain in the forecast. Now Saturday says some sunshine and highs of 71, 72 degrees. So who knows what it's going to do. And it doesn't look like rain in the forecast through the beginning of your work week. So not too bad.
No, not at all.
So Saturday, so much stuff going on in our community that it's just off the chain.
Yeah.
So I hope that the weather holds out. Yeah, that rain last night was absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was a full-on storm.
Like thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
I'm like, it is fall. Like it's not even warm outside.
No.
Like, what is happening right now?
No, that's crazy. I've not been out enough today to know if it like knocked down a lot of the leaves.
So that was the cool thing.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that yesterday. I was mentioning how I hate that when the leaves come out and they're so pretty. And I kept watching out our front door. I was like,
please don't ruin my pretty trees.
Yes, and it did not.
Yeah, okay, good.
So thank goodness.
Man, there are some beautiful trees right now.
They are on fire, like Matt said yesterday.
We were just talking about veals.
Yes.
I had veals in my head yesterday.
Yeah.
So I went to Jerry's for lunch.
Yes.
And I drove by Belicio, and I'm not sure what kind of trees they are, but they've got these 3 big trees right in front of the main entrance there.
Yes.
They are so red. They are like burgundy. It is like,
that is cool.
I mean, it is crazy.
That is really cool.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and I don't remember. So out in our horse field, like when we cleared our land, we left some big trees out there just so the horses would have some shade and that kind of thing. And I don't ever remember the vibrant red color that those trees are. And they are, so we have some vibrant yellows, some vibrant reds. It is insane this year. So whatever the weather has been and whatever is conducive to those colors, it's definitely crazy.
Hey, speaking of weather tonight.
Yes.
This is a little bit of a segue before we get into our video.
Okay.
Tonight is episode 2 of Homegrown Happy Hour.
Yay!
From the patio at Rowdy Smokehouse.
That's right. Come out.
There are 2 ways. You can come hang out with us in person.
Yep.
Which would be fun. But you can also listen on 98.7 tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Of course, then again at 8 o'clock on Saturday.
Yep.
And then the following Tuesday, the episode will go up on demand.
That's right. And you can see it or listen to it and
watch
see
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the first episode with Wes Ship is available on demand now on YouTube and on our podcast feed. Listen to that anytime, anywhere. And then episode 2 again premieres whatever is live tonight at 7 with Megan B. She's really awesome. She's played at the Nelsonville Music Festival on like the local stage. She's from the Athens area, so this is really exciting. She's got some fun songs.
She does, and the cool thing is she and Ben Davis Jr., of course, is our host of the Homegrown or Happy Hour. I always say Country Hour, and that's not right.
Pete Wilson calls it Homeground Happy Hour.
Homegrown. Well, at least I got the homegrown part right. But no, she and so Ben was talking about Megan the other day, and he said that he met her and they really hit it off, and he just really loves her as an artist. So look forward to seeing their banter back and forth tonight. And
I saw a really cool video of her on YouTube. I don't think this was at Moonville. This was at some other tunnel. And so she's in this big concrete tunnel and she's singing with no microphone or anything. So her voice is echoing all over the tunnel. It was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm really excited for that. I think I'm excited for this one. I think I think this may be the best of the 4.
Yeah.
I mean, I might say that all 4 weeks, but
I know, right?
But I'm excited for this one.
I think the cool thing is everything's going to be so different from week to week, and the styles of music and the artists and all of that. So yeah, come hang with us tonight at Rowdy's. It should be a lot of fun. 7 o'clock it will kick off, and if you can't listen
on the radio and on the app. I know we had some issues with the streaming app this morning. I think it's been resolved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right. Hey, do you want to introduce our video or you want me to get into it?
Well, we can do it together.
All right.
All right. So coming up, not this coming weekend, but next weekend,
October 22nd
at the Vinton County Fairgrounds, there is a music festival called the Moonville Music Festival.
Yeah.
And I don't know the hours and things like that. So
the hours are not on the poster. So the headliner is McGuffey Lane, and we're going to talk to John Schwab from McGuffey Lane here in just a second.
Yep,
I believe they play at 6 or 7 o'clock.
Okay.
And so I'm going to give a little spoiler to the interview. This is how big this show is. He's missing his stepdaughter's wedding reception to play this concert.
Oh my.
So he's coming straight from the wedding to
no.
this event.
He's going to be in trouble.
Yeah. So I think we should just go ahead and get to it because we're starting to run out of time.
We so we are running out of time, but here is an interview that Rodney did with or Porterhouse did with John Schwab, and got to catch up with him yesterday. So that's a good thing. And of course,
I wouldn't say this, but Rodney threw himself under the bus on the radio this morning.
Yeah, I heard.
So Rodney was about an hour and a half late to do this interview.
So thank you, John, for being understanding.
John, for being so patient. And also thank you for making Rodney wait for you for about 10 minutes after he got here.
Yeah.
That's what he deserved.
Stuck it to him. That's right. All right, let's hear from John Schwab from McGuffey Lane.
Well, John, good to have you here with us. I know myself personally, a McGuffey Lane fan probably since I was a young man. My sister back in the early 80s, she used to go and see you guys all the time. She had the McGuffey Lane t-shirts and the albums and everything. So to get to see and to be able to talk to you like this today, man, it sure is an honor and a privilege, man.
Oh, hey, man, I appreciate it. Tell your sister I said hello.
I will do that. I will do that. And of course, John, like I said, I mean, that means that obviously, if I remember back when I was a young man, because I'm not a spring chicken anymore, like most of us aren't. You guys and you have been touring with McGuffey Lane, an iconic band that, I mean, it just seems like just keeps living through the ages, man. I mean, there's no die, there's no quit.
There's no one more surprised or pleased by it than me. If you would ask me, when I was 30 years old when we had our first record deal, if I'd still be doing this at 71, I would probably laugh at you. It's but you look at guys like Paul McCartney and Mick Jagger and actually Pat Daly. I don't know if you're familiar with Pat Daly. He was a big star up at Put-in-Bay and Key West. And he's one of the reasons I kept going, because when I was 39, I was getting ready to be 40. I was thinking of, well, maybe I should, McGuffey Lane had just broken up temporarily. I was going through divorce. I'm thinking maybe I should look up something new to do. Maybe I should get a real job, which I've never had one. And I met Pat Daly, and he's 10 years, a little bit over 10 years older than me. And I'm like, well, if he can do it. So when he turned 50, I was 40, and when he turned 60, I was 50, and when he turned 70, he was still going, and I was 60, and we just kept going, and I feel so thrilled and honored, and it's because of our fans that just keep coming back to see us.
Absolutely. I mean, I understand that completely. I mean, being in that situation, I mean, you give a lot as an entertainer. But as an entertainer from the fans, you also get a lot from those people. And that is that's what keeps you going, man. That really, really does.
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
And I know we here in the Southern Ohio community, like I said, you've been iconic for us for many years. And anytime the name of McGuffey Lane is mentioned, ears perk up and people are ready to go. And with the Moonville Music Festival coming up Saturday, October 22nd at the Vinton County Fairgrounds, it gives us a chance to be reacquainted and maybe introduce a whole new generation to your music.
Yeah, man, and that's the other thing that makes me so happy is when people show up with not just their kids, but now their grandkids, and we meet them all the time that they are enjoying the music. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
Well, of course, some of those kids like rap and stuff, man. You guys.
Oh, yeah. My grandson's a rapper. Yeah, he's.
I don't quite understand it either, but that's the beauty of art, though, right there.
Absolutely, and I haven't been a fan of rap, but now that he's doing it, I'm seeing some qualities that I like. So
absolutely. And John, as we look ahead here to the Moonville Festival and with McGuffey Lane playing, that's going to be a big day there. I know we got several other artists and stuff that are going to be leading up to the big McGuffey Lane show that night. But let's let folks know what they can expect as far as the show. I know you're like one of the originals, or if not the original. Tell me a little bit about the band. How many of you guys are still the original, and how many have been replacements or newcomers, I guess you could say?
Yeah, the six original members of that six, three are still alive. Three have unfortunately passed away. So the remaining three surviving members are all in the band. Terry Efall, who is from Athens, Ohio, and one of the founding members, on steel guitar. Steve Reese, who grew up on McGuffey Lane down in Athens, Ohio. That's where the name comes from.
Uh-huh.
And myself, I was actually the newest member of the original six. I'm pretty new. I didn't join until '77. So
yeah, that's kind of new, John.
and then the other people in the band. I mean, the drummer Randy Huff has been with us for since we put the band back together in '96. And he was playing with me before that, so he's been here that long. Molly Pocken, who plays mandolin and acoustic guitar in McGuffey Lane, has been playing with me for 31 years. We've got Kevin Reed on harmonica, who's been with us since '98 or '99. And then we've got a new member, Chaz Meckenbauer, who's only been with us for about 6 months. But we're staying pretty true to the original sound, in my opinion. So.
Yeah, it sounds like, especially if you've got that heart of the six still in there like that, and to know where it came from, the roots of it all, McGuffey Lane, to have the people that lived on McGuffey Lane still there and what it's all about, that makes it even more special, I think. Now, the music, tell me a little bit about McGuffey Lane and the career of McGuffey Lane. I know, I remember it, around here, and you guys were like, I think, I can't remember, but it seems like you guys played at the Jolly Lounge a time or two, or at least I want to think that you did. Maybe you didn't, but I know that was one of those.
There's a good chance we did. There's a good chance we did. The '70s and the '80s are a little blurry to me, so I can neither confirm nor deny. So. We probably did.
It may have been too small of a venue for you guys too, John, because you guys took some big venues. I remember there were some pretty big venues you guys used to play at, huh?
Yeah, well, yeah, we were. It was really a great time back in the late '70s when we were, making our bones, so to speak, up on the Ohio State campus at a place called Zachariah's Red Eye Saloon, and we were packing it every night, and everybody wanted us to do a record. So we ended up doing our own record, put it out on our own record label that was sponsored by one of our managers, and ended up selling 40,000 copies.
Wow.
Well, because in 1 month. And so then Atlantic Records picked us up after that. So, and then we got, because of that, we got a great booking agency where we were with the booking agency that had us, Marshall Tucker Band, Charlie Daniels Band, and the Allman Brothers. So we ended up touring with one of those guys all the time. So that was just fantastic,
Wow, I can imagine the times, the stories, the history that as a musician you've seen out there with those guys, man. What a blessing you've had, huh?
Oh man, absolutely. And we did 6 of Charlie Daniels' volunteer jams, and he played on our second album, and that was all just great times. But we were so huge in Ohio, in the Ohio Valley. Yeah, but we did get some other places like in Colorado. We had a lot of success in Colorado, on the Carolinas and Virginia, that area. We played a lot in Texas back in the day, but we didn't get that final step. You know what I mean? We sold about 300,000 albums, but and people say, I thought you were going to make it, but I'm like, well, what's the cutoff for making it or not making it? Is 300,000 not what's the cutoff? But the greatest thing is, and I decided that a tour bus is great fun at first but after a while it's just a frat house on wheels. You got too many guys doing too many disgusting things on there, and you don't want to, So I decided that in around 1990 that I wanted to sleep in my own bed every night, and we've been so lucky to just pretty much stay here. You know,
Awesome.
in Ohio, we just stay within 100 miles. That being said, we played in London, England twice in the past 10 years or so. And we just got back from Florida. We do these cruises every year, the Decades of Rock and Roll cruise. And that's a blast. So, you know, if people are interested in that, they can find out about it on our website. But in fact, we just got back Monday from the cruise.
Wow. That sounds really cool, man. I mean, that to be able, and that's what's really neat is to be able to still be relevant and still be able to be playing after all these years, and the fans to still love you like that. And like I say, I know we love you here in the Ohio Valley still, and I can't wait till the Moonville Music Festival itself. How long's it been since you've played, say, here in the Jackson-Vinton County area?
Well, it's just MacArthur. Is that
the
town we're in? MacArthur. We played the Turkey Fest or something like that.
Turkey Festival,
Probably,
yeah.
I think it was in the late '80s. It was the last time I think we played there, and we also did a commercial for the New Bremen Bank. Is that there? New Bremen Bank, is that in MacArthur?
It may have been. I can't remember.
Yeah. But it's been a while. But but we have played in in Athens and in Laurelville, close to Laurel. But what's that town we played last year? I can't think of it. But and we played Chillicothe, which is fairly close, and we played in Jackson.
Right.
So and those are recent gigs that we've done down there. So I'm excited that hopeful that we'll have a big crowd. So
absolutely, I believe that we will be. Again, you're going to be playing a lot of your original music, I guess. And
oh yeah, you were asking me about what they expect. We know people want to hear the first album. And the one time I didn't play one of the songs, I heard all about it from about 100 people. So we're going to play the first album, and we're going to play the songs they know. We'll play some covers to keep it for the people who aren't that familiar with us. We don't want to bang them over the head with all originals, even though we have 11 albums out. So and we had another radio hit back in 2012, a song called Bartender, which we'll do that one, and some of our favorites from. We're trying to keep it real upbeat. With the way it's been the last few years, our mission statement has changed to we want people to be able to forget for 90 minutes about all the bull that's going on in the world and just be happy for a little while,
Amen.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Hey, I love your mission statement, man, and I'm completely on board with it. I can't wait to see you guys, John. It's going to be an exciting time. You guys, now, are you going to come down early for the football game? Because OSU versus Iowa, they're going to have a big 15-foot LED screen to watch it on. Are you going to be down there for that?
Well, I'm actually walking my stepdaughter down the aisle that day.
Oh.
So I'm going to be coming straight from a wedding. I'm going to have to skip the reception. She's not happy about that, but, show must go on, baby. She knows that. So.
Absolutely. She should know that by now. Absolutely. Well, John, it's a joy, man, and it's going to be a treat to see you guys whenever you hit the stage at Moonville Music Festival. I can't wait.
6:30. We're on 6:30.
6:30. So that's going to be a great night. And, of course, anything else you want to pass along before I let you go?
I think you covered everything. You're like a salesman or something.
I've been accused of that. All righty. Thanks a lot. John Schwab from McGuffey Lane. And I tell you, it's a real joy. Again, coming up Saturday, October 22nd, Vinton County Fairgrounds. It's the Moonville Music Festival. Be there or definitely be square.
Sounds good. Thanks.